Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's have a look at some of the stocks on the move today here in Europe. I'm Caroline Hepker. I'm joined by Bloomberg reporter Louise Moon. Louise, good morning. Should we start with Hapag-Lloyd? This is the German shipping company in talks to buy an Israeli rival.
Yes, in talks to buy a company called Zim Integrated Shipping. So, as you say, they're Israeli, but they're listed in the US. It would essentially combine two giants. Hapag is the 5th largest cargo company in the world. Zim Integrated is the 9th. So it follows, months of talks that Zim Integrated has been having with potential buyers. Resulted in this. It would be about a $3.5 billion US dollar deal. So it's expected to close this week. As I say, I mean, it's a big deal in the shipping space. Zim would be delisted from the US. Shares of Hapag in Germany are dropping slightly on the news. One, it's a big price. 2, there's potential regulatory hurdles to get through before this actually goes through. And then also Zim Integrated Shipping's workers union in Israel has actually said that they're shutting down activities after the news came out. So management are in talks with that. So there's a bit of tension and a bit of friction surrounding the deal. So potentially that's also weighing on the share price today. So yeah, down slightly into the red for Hapag in Germany.
Yeah, interesting that the Israeli government sees Zim also as a strategic asset, so they've got a golden share in the business as well. But yeah, that's a very interesting story. Meanwhile, VW is planning a cost-cutting drive. We heard about that this morning. How are investors taking it?
Yeah, so shares are up actually slightly on this news. So as you say, they're planning to cut costs. That's by 20% by the end of 2028. This is a report from a German business magazine that reported this morning. They said that the CEO and CFO presented the plan to some managers in Berlin in mid-January. It's not clear what areas of the business would be hit, but 20% is obviously quite a big cost-cutting drive. The wider context is Volkswagen has been trying to figure out essentially how to fund its massive investment plans. There's been a slowdown in demand from China. They've been grappling with tariffs. The US is quite a big market for them. There's also been less demand than expected for electric vehicles industry-wide. So it's been grappling with that and has already cut some costs already. And if you look at their share price over the past year, it's really volatile, really up and down as it's been dealing with all these issues. So this is the latest of their ways to try and cope with those issues. So yeah, cutting costs by 20%, but shares up slightly, as I say on the news, potentially being welcomed as a way forward.
Yeah, okay, so that from VW. Meanwhile, the health and nutrition business DSM, they've been talking this morning. What's the latest on their moves?
Yeah, so this is a company, they make things like, they make a lot of the ingredients and chemicals for like nutrition, beauty, health companies, all of those companies. They've been downgraded to a hold from a buy by Berenberg. They had results last week and shares slumped, I think, about 10%, the lowest since 2023. They held off giving an outlook. Sales dropped. And Berenberg have come out this morning and downgraded. They're saying that they're citing the reason being as softer US consumer confidence and FX headwinds. And they said that further cuts to consensus earnings are, in their words, unavoidable. So quite a strong note from them. And shares down over 3% in Switzerland this morning. If you do look at their analyst ratings, most still have them down as a buy, about 15 buys compared to 5 holds, 2 sells. So most are still quite positive, but this is quite a strong downgrade really from Berenberg.
Yeah, DSM.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.